What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
O'Reilly.
You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge, just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Ryan, I'm excited about this episode. Excited to record it. Excited to talk about all the things we want to talk about. I'll be honest, man. Sometimes we record episodes and, we get on and, we get through it. And we just get through it. Sometimes, when you're with your girl, you gotta get in the mood. You're not really in the mood, so she don't get the real stuff. She get like the lazy dick, not like the not really. Or this is an equal opportunist podcast, ladies. Sometimes maybe you're not feeling it, maybe you're tired, so you don't throw it back as much as you.
Just laying down. That roll over, just kind of pull it back. Pull the little skirt up, not the skirt,
Like, go ahead and do your thing. But, and sometimes we record episodes and it feels like that at the end. But this is that. Feel good about.
Sorry. My cat just attacked me. I'm sorry. Motherfucker. Fuck you, you motherfucker.
Gotta love him. Gotta love him. That said, feel good about this one. We actually got a lot Saints news to talk about. We got talk about the game preview pods, big game against the Seahawks Monday Night Football. First primetime game the Saints have had since the season started. And let's start here. So let's start with some news, right? Start with news. Saints showing interest in potentially wanting to acquire Marlon Mack.
Okay.
I'll say this. He's due, his contract is like $1 million. That's it.
Right.
And he's buried, for the most part, number 3rd for the Colts. Depth chart, they have Jonathan Taylor, who was an absolute stud. They got Naheem Hines, who was a really great third down running back. Like Marlon Mack, he had injury concerns. He's healthy now. So there's a lot of teams in on him to acquire him before the trade deadline. Do you think this is more of Tony Jones Jr.'s injured? We don't want to put the full load on AK. Or do they see this as an opportunity that they think that he's a talented player, cheap contract, that can help split the time and help the team win?
No, I think we see it as either a lateral or upgrade to Tony Jones Jr. It's as simple as that. Like if they don't care. If they feel like they can fill that position, they know they need a second running back. And if whether it's through trade, free agency, waiver wire, undrafted free agent, whatever, they're going to try to fill that. Tony Jones Jr., Left the Cardinals game last year with an injury. He's injured now. It's a fine running back, but it's not like he's some unreplaceable talent. So I think they're just going to keep going to the well until they hit it. They brought Lamar Miller in.
We'll to the practice squad.
Yeah, we'll see, if that's anything or not. I don't know, but I think they're just going to keep just going to the well. Like there's no solidified plan there. They just know they need a second running back and maybe a third running back.
Yeah, Dwayne Washington he's mostly a special teamer, but he was a DMP today.
Right, exactly. So they need running backs, man. It's just they're going to keep going at it. Probably not. They're not going to give up a big pick for it, but that's why I don't think they'll get Marlon back because I think because of their report, those reports like that come out today is because the team is trying to generate more interest.
Yes.
So we'll see.
So let's talk about the good news.
Whew.
So many fucking players came off of the Boomerang IR. I gotta the list. The list is extensive, Ryan. 2 firsts, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget someone. 2 firsts, Ken Crawley, Traquan. See, I'm already forgetting someone. There's for sure more than that. Well, those are the big names. Nick Vannett,
yeah,
who sneakily could be huge. And then today, the practice report. Oh, sorry, and Quan Alexander. Yeah. And then on the practice report, we got Eric McCoy and Tehran as limited practice.
Oh,
Ryan.
Yeah.
There is no way these Saints should lose this game on Monday.
Don't do it. Don't do it, bro.
I'm not saying they're not going to.
Don't even say it. Don't even say that much, man. Because there isn't. On paper, there should be no reason.
None.
But, at the same time, the Seahawks, they can run the ball. The Saints, have a good run defense or whatever. But, we've seen it catch it slipping from time to time, Maybe Geno catch a little heat, maybe
Geno
the offense. And look, if the offense, say it struggles and, can't score over 17 points, which we've seen, anybody can win. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, if this team is coming back healthy, though, if they can get, close to healthy, Eric McCoy is huge, man. Huge.
Yes.
It just moves everything. You get Caesar back to his guard spot. Hopefully he plays that well. You get Tehran back. It's not like Seattle has this great pass rush.
They don't. It's been absolutely atrocious all season.
Atrocious, man. It would be very disappointing if the offense looks bad in Seattle. I'll put it
speaking of Seattle's pass rush, just their defense. Defense as a whole. The Seahawks defense has been like a sieve. Giving up multiple yards, multiple points, no pass rush. Yes, they have Bobby Wagner. Yes, they have Jamal Adams, but no real identity in the secondary. We saw it a little bit. Sean took the training wheels off Jameis in that Washington game because Washington had a bad defense.
I'm sorry, bro. If Sean Payton, if you can't figure out a way to abuse Jamal Adams, it's like, what are we doing, bro?
Come on with
it. Get him. Figure out how to get him in pass coverage, whatever personnel group it take. If you got to get 4 wide receivers on the field, whatever. Get him in coverage and abuse that boy. He is not a coverage player. He's not a coverage player.
You got to figure out scheme-wise formationally, how can I get AK on Jamal Adams?
Yes.
It's that simple, right? Like, it's that simple.
It's that simple, man. Get him in the pass game, man. Like that, that's eating. That's food.
It should be. It really should be. And I think this needs to be more kind of what we saw also against, the Washington football team is, and we might see a completely different offense in the sense that, like you said, Eric McCoy being back, and maybe if he's back and he's making the line call, we don't know who's making the line calls. We just don't.
Uh-huh.
But if he's back and he's calling the line calls and he's calling protections and shifting, that can alleviate so much off of Jameis's plate where he could just throw and find matchups and identify them and just play his game.
Looking like Taysom Hill is still out.
I mean, and that's been like 2 weeks, so that's
it's kind of scary right there.
It is, man. Yeah. It's concerning.
But on the flip side, got Jameis, so it's like Jameis. That's it. There's no cheat code. There's no cheat code in the red zone. None of that. Jameis is gonna have to figure it out and run the whole offense. And it's gonna have to all be on him.
Yeah, there's no quarterback power. That's not. I mean, we don't know, right? But like, if Taysom hasn't been cleared, and today's Thursday, they play Monday, I would probably leave it to be that he probably is not going to be cleared before Monday's game.
Right.
And I think a point is, and shout out to our dude Joey, in the Discord on Twitter, is when Sean kind of has to get away from the quarterback power, it seems like the offense performs better. Like
it's about the flow, man, the rhythm, man.
Yes. 100%.
Just let Jameis get into his flow and his rhythm, I mean, that's the only, like Drew was such a nut where with him, he can kind of handle it. He didn't lose anything. But with Jameis is still trying to get comfortable in his offense. He's throwing to nobodies. You just gotta let him stay in there. You know what I'm saying? Let him stay in there. And I get it. It's a balance that Sean Payton's trying to do because, look, Taysom Hill is a talented player, and he does provide mismatches. When he's running the ball, the defense is 11 on 11, so it's a math game. I get it. So, I'm not going to say it like I'm happy he's injured. I'm not.
No. That's not what yeah.
But I just want them to just let Jameis get in there and just get comfortable with the offense, a healthier offense with the players he should be playing with.
And, I said it earlier, the Nick Bennett thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it may not be a thing where, like, he gets targets or just a lot of reps, but I think it may allow Sean to use more 13 personnel.
Uh-huh.
And you get Nick Bennett on the field, you get Adam Troutman, you get Juwan Johnson, and if Nick Bennett, and he's known to be a pretty decent blocking tight end, can alleviate some of the blocking responsibilities from Adam Troutman,
right?
Maybe he can be more of a weapon in the receiving game, because that's been a complete disappointment coming into the season. But not to pat ourselves on the back. I'm going to pat ourselves on the back. We warned about it all offseason. We warned people. Like we just, I don't know. Maybe we just saw, and that wasn't a insult to Adam Troutman. It was just taking 15 targets and 15 catches from last season to just extrapolate that to a breakout was just dangerous to begin with.
Exactly. We didn't see anything to be like, oh yeah, he's gonna.
Yeah. Like, even if you think back to Jimmy Graham's rookie season, and he was splitting time with like Shockey, I believe. Yeah. Right? Like you saw glimpses, bro. It's like, oh,
man, he had like 500 yards and like maybe 600 and like 5 touchdowns. Like he was coming out, like, especially towards the end of the season. He was just like becoming dominant Jimmy Graham until he got hurt in the final game. So it's like you saw it. And not saying we expected Troutman to be anything like Jimmy Graham, but just last year I just never saw it. Like, okay, he's going to be it. And that's not saying he's never going to be it, but I didn't see it yet. I mean, the dude played at Dayton, man. Like it's, if he is going to be something, it's going to take some time. Tight end in the NFL is like a tough job. You really got to understand. You got to really understand defenses and zones and the passing game and the blocking game and all that stuff. It just takes time to figure all that stuff out. Some pick it up quicker than others. Look, I mean, Kyle Pitts, he's just starting to get it going, and he's like an athletic phenom. You know what I'm saying?
You know his true breakup game. We know when that's gonna happen. Though.
Oh yeah, but
I'm gonna be in the stadium for that bitch. But anyhow. But yeah, I mean, to those points, those are 100% kind of what the worries were. But like Nick Vannett, I think, can add something to the offense, even if fans just don't see the stats to prove it. I think it could
just be who man, bro. Just be who man for us.
That's it.
Catch a little one pass here and there, just a little one catch. Like, oh shit, Nick Vannett.
Converted an important third down. That's it, man. That's it. Although I said on Twitter, I said, you know what? Until Alan Troutman shows some more, like I'm not gonna call him Big Fish. That's hashtag Finding Nemo. Like you gotta earn Big Fish. Like fucking Nemo right now, bro. I see some more. Is there anything, in terms of the Seahawks defense as a fan going into this game that does worry? So we should make mention, like, it is in Seattle. It's a Monday Night Football game.
Yeah,
it's going to be there, and this is not like last year. It's going to be a hostile environment, and I think that, to your point, the whole thing with Eric McCoy being back is even more important because we've seen how, we saw that in Carolina in week 2. And Carolina ain't like, what I mean? Like, it's fucking Carolina, bro.
And the Patriots game, man, game, it wasn't clean. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't clean as far as picking up protections and stuff like that. So, they're going to need it out there because, even though it's not a good D line, they do blitz, they do bring some pressures, and they could make life rough. And I think I saw where, Jameis Winston is pressured like 40.
Yeah, you said like 44 times, I believe.
Like 44%.
Yeah, 44, sorry, percent.
Yeah, on his drop backs. That's not good. That's
alarming, bro.
It's alarming. Like, you did not see that with Breeze, period. You did not see that. And I was not blaming anybody. I'm just saying you didn't see that with Breeze, so you would want that to be much lower. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to Jameis Winston's credit, he's had a lot of big plays under pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's to his credit, but let's not just put him under pressure as much. Can we not do that? Let him have a flow in the offense. That's all I want to see, man. I want to see just some nice rhythm in the offense. I'm not asking for people acting like I'm asking for 450 yards and 5 touchdowns. I'm not looking for that at all. I just want to see a little rhythm to the offense, the little boom, 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 boom. Just hitting those plays that are there and that you should hit every time. Just hit those.
And hopefully a defense like that, we'll be able to see it more. Players or matchups from like the Seahawks defense that, stands out to you. Like, as much and as overrated as he may be, one thing that Jamal Adams does do well is he plays near the line of scrimmage and he blitzes and he brings pressure. And we've seen that sometimes, especially in, away games, that gives the offensive line confusion and leads to like breakdowns and leads to sacks or whatever. So if you see if 33 is close to like the line of scrimmage, or is, that's something that they have to be extremely mindful of. And
well, one thing I worry about is them bringing him a lot just to keep AK in pass protection, which would keep him out, kind of take him out the pass game a little bit. So I do hope they kind of, find a way to, get AK opposite of the pressure and, some screens, stuff like that. Just kind of find ways to beat that pressure because they're going to bring Jamal Adams because that's the only way to really use him effectively. So I just hope they have a smart plan in place to kind of use that against them.
Yeah, that's a great point of just kind of like the cat and mouse game, like the cat and mouse game that, offensive, defensive players. Bobby Wagner, stud. But I will say, speaking of matchups, you brought up, attacking Jamal Adams in coverage, which Sean Payton should for sure scheme some type of way to do that. But the cornerback, the linebacker that plays next to Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, took over KJ Wright's spot and being Bobby Wagner's running buddy at the linebacker position. I watched quite a few of Jordan Brooks because he was one of those players last year that kind of was like shooting up draft boards, and he was like getting put like in late mocks and things like that. And he was from Texas Tech. And I was like, wait, Texas Tech has a fucking linebacker that's going to get drafted high in the draft? Like, I was flummoxed. And so I watched him a bit and I didn't see it. I just did not see it. And he's super uber athletic. But at times he just doesn't offer anything more than that. So if you watch Seahawks games or just Red Zone when you're watching Seahawks, like there have been plenty of times where Jordan Brooks would just beat in coverage. Just beat in coverage or whatever. So that's another matchup in terms of Sean Payton attacking that he should attack. But like, let's be real, man. This Seahawks secondary? Bro, like, can you
just cut Trey Flowers, didn't he?
Yes. Name 2 Seahawks cornerbacks. Name them. Yeah, on the spot, Ryan.
I can't.
and we're like, no, he's with the Jags now, bro.
I know.
DJ Reed and Sidney Jones.
Sidney Jones. I like Sidney Jones as a prospect.
Loved him, bro. And then you got Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs at the safeties position.
I will say this though. Like when I watch the Seattle defense, I hadn't studied them, but when I watch them on TV, they play hard. You know what I'm saying? Like they do play hard. They play. They're not good. They're not talented. The secondary is not talented, but they play hard. They tackle. They tackle pretty well. They come up and make plays on the ball when you try to make those short throws to the flats and stuff like that. But you got to get those dudes in coverage, man. You got to force them in man coverage, get them down the field because they could be beat. They could be beat like that. They're not good beyond that point. So, it's going to be important to protect Jameis and let him and let my dude cook, man. Let him air it out. It's one of the few things that has worked on offense. He has been able to hit those downfield throws.
Yes, he has. But the stat that I think is Mike Triplett. He gave a stat. You know what I'm talking about, bro. And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
It was just so the Saints had like I gotta find it. This is terrible podcasting. But basically, like the Saints had the highest number of like big plays, but also okay. There it is. What's wild about the Saints being tied for last in the NFL in passing plays of 20+ yards is that they are tied for the first in the NFL with 4 passing plays greater than 49+ yards.
Right. So
this, and I quote tweeted it, and I said, right now, this is the definition of a boom or bust offense.
That's boom bust. That's boom bust.
That's it.
So we had pass plays like the biggest pass plays in the NFL, or nothing, like you said,
or nothing, bro.
And that's all I've been talking about, man, for weeks. That's all I've been talking about for weeks, and it's like, no, I'm not trying to. But Jameis touched 12 touchdowns. Look, I'm talking about the stuff in between that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where's the 20-yard throws, the 15-yard throws, the 25-yard throws? Those are the things. No, it's not all on him. Yes, our skill position is terrible. Yes, I agree. So that's all I'm saying is just pointing that stuff out. It's like we need some of that stuff for the consistency to be in the offense. And that's what we're searching for right now. That's what we're searching for. Hopefully with, the help turning around a little bit, get Traquan. Of course, we get Traquan back, but Deontay Harris still out. That sucks.
You know what it is, Ryan. I will say one of the most typical Saints things ever happened, bro. When I saw the Darrell Taylor injury against the Steelers, wasn't moving, got carted off, like it was super scary. And I was at the hospital when that happened, handling something personal. And I'm watching it, or maybe it was on Twitter, because it wasn't in the hospital TV, it was on Twitter. And as I'm looking at my phone, the first thing I thought of was, he'll be back for Monday Night Football. And then 2 days later, Adam Schefter tweets, "Ooh, trying to get DeMarcus Ware flashbacks, bro."
Yeah, man.
Never fails. Always, as you saw, bro. Like I tweeted that Giants game, bro. Giants got everyone healthy. Everyone was healthy.
It doesn't even register to me anymore, bro.
Now their whole team is a walking mash unit, bro.
I'm waiting for Russell Wilson's thumb to get right, man. Or finger, index finger, whatever it is.
Wouldn't be shocked. Would you be shocked? Or he can't because he's on IR.
Yeah, he's on IR.
So they can't. But yeah, let's flip it over. When the Seahawks are on offense, and the Saints are on defense. So you should have pretty much your full defense, man. You get 2 firsts back. You got Hoovers, who didn't play in week 1. The only game that 2 firsts did play in. You got Cam. The only person that you're still kind of missing is Onyemata, who comes back. He should be back after this game, I believe. And then we talked about before, but the decision that they have at linebacker with Quan, with Pete Warner, is such a quandary, and a good quandary. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's they got to make some decisions in terms of how those snaps are going to be divvied up. And let's be honest. The story of this game is going to be our secondary against their receivers. That's it. That's one of the big stories. Can Marshawn and my guess would be Paulson and Debo match up with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett?
I mean, those are tough matchups, man. I mean, the only thing that equalizes it out is, you got Geno Smith at QB.
Yep.
But look, Geno, he's going to look at DK. He's going to look for DK. He's going to try to hit Lockett downfield. It'll be interesting on the matchup. I think you put Lattimore on DK. I believe he played DK mostly when DK was a rookie.
He did. Yes. And he did a great, besides like one big
catch late in the game. It was
Other than that, he pretty much shut him down most of the game.
But, DK is a better player now. He's a better route runner. He does a lot of the stuff over the middle now. He does, the one place where you can catch Marshawn Lattimore on those like crossing routes.
Crossers, bro. Yeah.
Where, he's running away from the defender. It's just a man beater. It's not nothing to do with Lattimore. It's just if you want to beat man, that's what you do. You get them in a bunch. You do a crosser and you get the cornerback in a trail position, and then somebody big body like DK, it's just a win. Like even if you're in good coverage, he's just such a big body, it's hard to win. So it's really going to be up to the pressure to really hurry Geno Smith, get his clock ticking. He holds on to the ball still years later. He has slow eyes, always has. I guess that's just who he is. But he does also, when he's in rhythm, he plays within the scheme.
Right.
And they don't have a bad scheme. So if you let him just kind of get in rhythm and just hitting his players, going through progressions and boom, 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 then it gets one of them annoying games like, Daniel Jones or whatever. It's just like,
yep.
Why is he moving the ball down the field? Like,
yeah. Like, this should not be happening. I mean, a big thing too, because I know it's Pete Carroll, so they are 100% going to try to establish the run. What Alex called, like Chris Carson's hurt. He's on IR just like Russell Wilson is. So that's going to be on, Alex Collins, maybe DJ, I believe it's DJ Dallas, who is like his backup. So this is for sure a game where the run defense has, for the most part, been pretty good. Nothing that's concerning. So they for sure got to take those running backs out of the game. But the two players, honestly, that scared me the most, is Tyler Lockett and Will Dissly. Like, it sounds weird, bro.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but Tyler Lockett is the absolute game changer.
He is.
And if he's going to be matched up on a rookie.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough. Like, I think you gotta let Marshawn get DK, and you gotta really limit how much safety help you give in that matchup, because you gotta believe that this top three corner, who's been playing like a top three corner all season, can hold up against DK without help. And you gotta shade some help over to help. Don't back me, bro, because I don't like those 50-yard, 60-yard bombs. And again, I know it's not Russell, and I get it, but if he's just streaking down the middle of the field, that could, like you said, it could be like a long, like, oh God, here we go. And then Will Dissly to me is just, I don't know if it's going to Quan or whoever, but like, that's just someone that seems like to help consistently help the Seahawks move.
Yeah. Those annoying catches.
Those annoying catches for first downs, and you're just like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, fucking Will Dissly, bro. Will Dissly. Like, so, like, to me, like, those are the keys. This offensive line is not good. It's been a problem. They have a good left tackle in Dwayne Brown. Their left guard, Damian Lewis, he didn't practice today, he was a DMP in terms of practice. We say it all the time, bruh. We do. Like, oh, this should be, this should be a good offensive line. Just feast.
TJ Watt was like a Tasmanian devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got, feast, man.
We need to, as many draft resources have been put into this defensive line. We got to see something.
Show me something, Peyton Turner.
Oh, come on,
man.
Come on.
It's time, bro. It's time, man. It's time. It's time. You know, Cam Jordan, his best days are gone. They are gone. I still believe he's a good player, you know, to have on a roster. Overpaid at this point, but still a good player. Pressure-wise, he's the best pass rusher we got right now.
That's wild.
That's not saying much. I'm just saying that he is.
That's wild to me because I was annoyed today.
Oh yeah.
This week. I was like, what can we do to get this Negro off the team?
Out of here. You was gonna get them. You was gonna drive the bus.
Cleveland, Jacksonville, where?
I took a 4th round pick.
Just you can feel it in my text messages. It all. You know what it's stemmed from, bro? Do you know what it's stemmed from? Like the Cincinnati Bengals account with Trick or Trey going off, 5.5 sacks this season. This nigga has the audacity to quote tweet it. It says,
"My dog,
keep eating." Shout out to Rachel on Twitter who asked him, "Oh, you ain't hungry?"
Yeah, I saw that. Chef Rich, you ain't hungry? You got 0 sacks, brother.
So again, we taking a step back emotionally, but there's sometimes things, bro, like I see it, I'm just like the fucking big boy, like, oh, I know what that ain't who I think it is. This man had to change his charity giving to the Hurricane Ida relief to just touchdowns because he wasn't getting sacks, Ryan.
Oh. He should have done it in the first place. I was like, sacks. Damn sacks. The pressures hit something. You know?
He would have done a lot better if it was TFLs, bro.
Something. Tackles.
Sacks? No. But to your point, after a impressive game in week 2 in his debut, I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it in Who First, bro. I ain't seen it, bro.
I ain't seen it at all. They're getting a lot of double teams. I hear all that. I hear it.
But you know what makes it even more super frustrating? And I will 100% preface this by saying, when I watched him at Penn State, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
O'Day, Owe? Whatever. He is in potentially the running for defensive rookie of the year. He was drafted after Who First, and he is making game-changing plays for the Ravens defense, bro.
Ravens cooking, bro.
Cooking. Because their rookie edge, that's what they needed, right? Like that was one of the things they lost. They lost Matt Judon in free agency. Had concerns about their pass rush. They go out and get one of the most athletic edges that's kind of been tested, right? I remember when my girl was doing all the stats for the prospects, he was so a unicorn of how he tested. It was just insane.
Which the Saints usually like that.
But he's not built big though. He's a speed demon off the edge, but he ain't. Yeah, they want that girth, that meat.
They like that meat.
Like a dick. And so, even though all the other measurables, I just thought the height and the weight probably was not in the prototype. And again, this is coming from someone when I watched him at Penn State, I didn't see it. Did not see it. And, athleticism at times helps athletes very much in the NFL. All that to say, hashtag who first. You had a great start to your rookie season. You got to start making some plays, bro.
Already submitted my apology for Pete Werner.
Hey.
Solidified is out there.
Shit. Listen, I just think Pete Werner's scratching the surface, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like,
he's a good player, bro.
He's gonna get some picks for being because why? He's in the right spot.
Always where he's supposed to be.
Right, he gonna get some picks, and we will eat all the crow on Pete Warner, all of it. That's why I turned in my draft nick card, bro. Turned it in for 2 reasons.
Good.
One was tired of being disappointed on draft day because it was. Like you made the great analogy. Draft day comes. I'm expecting a PS5. I'm getting socks and ties, bro, from the Saints. Was fed up, Ryan. Fed up. 2, as good as I was at sometimes in draft or scouting players, I've been dreadfully wrong at times in scouting players as well. And so that was just and I know when the offseason comes, I don't even fucking know, bro. Like, I'm not going to watch anyone. Done, bro. Turned it in. But this really, really should be a game that the Saints win.
It should.
It should. Like, this is a gift. Like how the schedule is worked out. Like, you have to go to Seattle, but, you have to deal with Russell. You have to deal with Geno Smith and Alex Collins.
What's our record right now? 4-2, 3-2,
3-2,
3-2. You'll be 4-2, heading to play the Tampa Bay Bucks on Halloween.
Come on, man!
With a chance to at least be even in first place.
Come on, man! You can't ask for and your team. Coming off a bye is as healthy as it's been in a long time.
Right. So, come on now. Like, we had our loss. We had that loss that the Saints have every year, but it should have won. And it'll probably come back to bite them in the ass down the line.
No problem. It will.
That loss, let that Giants loss be that loss.
Yeah.
Let that one be that loss.
Don't have 2 of them.
Right. Like, take care. Come on, man. They serving you Geno Smith, man.
On a platter, Ryan?
I'm sorry, Greg Rosenthal. I've been on Team Geno too, but it is what it is. This week is fuck Geno. So,
we haven't really hit on special teams. If Deontay Harris was playing, I would say this is the game he kind of broke out, return run back for a punt. Also, speaking of special teams, can we stop putting AK back on punt returns? Can we stop? Can we stop?
Big nuts, Lutz.
Oh, God. What a breath of fresh air that's going to be.
Please. I just hope he's okay, man. Sean going to have him go out there try to 56-yard or some shit and just destroy his top. Please don't do that, Sean. Start him out with a 33 or something.
Bro, I'm laughing so hard because it's so true.
It is, man. He's going to be like, I got Lux back. Go ahead and hit that shit, Lux. This man had a core injury or whatever it was. Come on now.
No easing him back in, bro.
No easing, man. It's been dreadful, bro. Dreadful,
bro. It's been a roller coaster. Let's tighten this up before we get out of here. Trade deadlines September 2nd. Talk about wide receivers. We talked about Marlon Mack. Let's just be realistic for a second. What are some potential realistic moves that the team could make that could help the team, that you think would help the team? Think about maybe one of the first things I always do when I start talking about trades, I pull up Tankathon and I see like the top 10 in the draft, right? And just go, what team might just have a fire sale, right? Because that's important. So, you got Detroit, you got maybe Miami, Houston. Sounds like let me give a perfect example of someone who I think is on the trade deadline, but it's like a player I would not want the Saints to trade for, even though he kind of fits the bill of exactly what they would need, is like Evan Ingram from the Giants. Keep him away from my team. Stop it. Nope. No.
You don't want him.
Don't want him. Do not want. What are, some realistic potential moves? Just give me, just a couple that you could see them making or you would want them to make.
Who else is in the top 10?
So it's Detroit, it's Miami, but obviously their pick is going to Philly, Jacksonville, Houston, the Giants, the Jets, New England, Philly's own pick, the Colts, but they're still kind of in a shitty division, think they might win, and the Washington football team.
Man. New England, what's that wide receiver name we talked about on takes?
You talking about the former first rounder?
Yeah.
I think I'm out on that one, bro. Like he looks dreadful.
Jets. What are you doing with
Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder,
Houston? Look, man, look. Cooks. What up, bro? Brandon Cooks.
You have, I don't know if you ever watched Arrow, but you have failed this city. But just
bring it back, man.
Just for that, for that sake, I'm just curious what the compensation would be to get Brandon Cooks back.
Okay.
I would say it could be more than keep in mind, Houston literally just cut their edge rusher.
Yeah.
Whitney Merciless. It's
been there forever.
Yeah. And just cut him for a youth movement. Nah, but y'all tanking. I'm not dumb.
What would I give up for Brandon Cooks?
I would think it would be a fourth. You would have to give up a fourth.
Yeah, I'd usually give up a fourth. I don't even know if we have one or not. I'd work out something, man. Something. It wouldn't be a high, it wouldn't be a second or anything like that.
No.
Conditional third, maybe. But something. But those are tough trades to make happen.
They are.
But I've seen no evidence that they want to. I have seen no evidence that the Saints.
None.
The Saints are even trying. They feel like their wide receiver room is Teflon right now. You know what I'm saying? They got Tre'Quan coming back, MTB back in a couple weeks. They good, man. What you talking about?
Help? Y'all niggas don't need no help. Well, we as Saints fans, we on fire, right? And we sound y'all water. Shit, y'all don't need no water. Y'all all right.
On paper, though, look, if you got a healthy Mike Thomas, Tre'Quan Smith, Marquez Callaway, Deontay Harris, and Kenny Stills, that's not terrible. It's not a terrible room. I think that's what they're telling themselves. That's all I'm saying.
It absolutely is not. But I will say that so much of that basis and that mindset is tied into and is predicated on you're assuming that Michael Thomas comes back and he's going to be Michael Thomas again.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that in itself, as a fan that, just a thinking fan, there's a lot of risk in that assumption.
Exactly. And Michael Thomas is such a domino piece because there's such a big gap after him. It's not like Traquan Smith is just right there with, Michael Thomas, just a couple of steps back, or Marquez Callaway is just a couple of steps back.
No, they're not in his league.
It's a different league. It's just not the same fucking league. You know what I'm saying? So when you take Mike Thomas out, he's coming back up from an ankle injury that's taking months to heal. So it's going to take some time. So you're talking about, man, like Mike Thomas might not be good until like week 13, 14.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's the risk. It's a lot of risk. That's all I'm saying. And I think from my perspective, again, as a fan, I was like, how about you just bring someone else in that maybe could help mitigate that risk a bit? That's it. Right. That's it. Help mitigate the risk. Because then, conversely, if Mike Thomas comes back and he is Mike Thomas, and then you brought in someone, now you really fucking cook it.
Do what you did with Bradley Roby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you brought Bradley Roby in. Come to find out, it wasn't that you really, 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 really needed him, but you still want to keep him because, okay, now we have depth. Like, Tim Crawley is back to being like our fourth cornerback, where he should be.
Right.
Like, that's where Ken Crawley belongs. You know what I'm saying? So, and now you're good. So why not do something like that? They just aren't seeing it like that, man.
They are not. Other trade stuff, talking about a player I could see the Saints trading. And I don't know if I can see other teams calling about him, but maybe they will. They like him pre-draft a lot. I was like, maybe trade Zach Bond, bro. Like, he is wasting away, and he's playing kickoff special teams and punt special teams.
I would love to see. I just wonder if anybody else out there loves him. Like,
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it would take a team. I don't know, the Pats, New England, Houston ain't probably trading them because they're trying to accumulate draft picks. But it would take a team that could see a vision of him and how he could fit into their defense, and probably would have to have loved him pre-draft and be like, wait, why are the Saints using him like that? Like, huh? Yeah. Like, he's a pass rusher. Like, we need to get him in the building to like rush the passer to try to facilitate something like that to happen. But because I don't know. But the biggest question or hypothetical to really think about, and again, this is to Joey's piece, Joey's question, is would you trade Teron Armstead right now? If you really think about it, he is legit. But besides players that we know that the Saints will not trade, he is the only piece on the offense that has value. He's older. He is off injured. And I feel pretty confident in saying that I do not think he's going to be back next season. He's going to want to get paid, and it's probably going to be his last big payday before his career is over. And something that we know is that the NFL and NFL teams all need offensive line help across the board. More often than not. Doesn't matter who you are. You need O-line help. So if a team came to you and offered you a player or picks for Teron, would you trade him? Because you can say no, and maybe like if you lose him in free agency and you don't, and the Saints don't go crazy in free agency because they're probably not going to because they're broke as hell. So they'll get a comp pick for him, but you don't know what that comp pick may be and what round it's going to be. You have to wait a year to get that. The way is you're getting something for him ahead of time before he were potentially to leave. He brought it up a couple of days ago, and it just had me like,
It's interesting, man. They rarely do it.
Rarely.
If a team calls and offers you, a second round pick, man, you gotta, I don't know. You gotta think about that,
Gotcha. Because
if they get to a first round pick, it's not really much of a decision.
Because think about the whole situation with the Ravens this offseason. Orlando Brown was drafted, played left tackle at Oklahoma. He gets to Baltimore. They already have Ronnie Stanley, so he gets put at right tackle. Ronnie Stanley gets injured. He gets over to left tackle, does a really good job at left tackle, and then basically was like, "I'm a left tackle. I'm not going to play right tackle. If you want me to play right tackle, you need to trade me somewhere." So he got traded to the Chiefs, the number 31 overall pick. A lot younger, not as much injury history, but like good offensive linemen, especially tackles, carry so much value in the league.
They really do.
So when he brought it up, I was like, I think it depends on the compensation or maybe who the player is, but it's something that you really gotta like be like, huh? Because I'm not breaking down offensive line, and I'm not in no way am I saying that hashtag put him in the hearse is at Teron's level, but he's been a serviceable to pretty decent left tackle in Teron's absence. It's really something that makes you just,
You got to think about it. I wouldn't push him out.
Right. You don't. Right.
I wouldn't like, just give me anything. I get him. No.
No.
It has to be worth it. But I think about it.
You would have to. You would have to. But anyway, I want to hear the fans' thoughts. So if you listen to this whole entire episode, we know it's a long one, but if you listen to this whole entire episode, especially the end, give us what y'all think in terms of feedback, in trading T-Stat. Are you as a fan adamantly opposed to it? Was it something that you would consider? Then let us know. Hit us up on the Twitter account. When it's posted on the Instagram account, hit us up there. If you're in the Discord, we've already kind of had the discussion and the conversation already, but you become a Patreon donator and get access to the Discord. Just a really good, philosophical football question to think about if you're a Saints fan.
And it's always popping. Like, you can just pop in anytime. Just throw a question out there, throw a comment, whatever you're thinking.
Whatever. And it's people. Someone will get back to you at some point. Sometimes, and during game day on Sundays, that bitch is humming. So we still don't know what we're gonna do for the game on Monday night. We don't know if we're gonna do a live podcast. We want to see if maybe if we do like a YouTube show, whatever. We'll test that around, and then once we decide what we're able to do, we'll get that posted. So. If we're doing something live, that you guys can join us.
Yeah.
So with that, we wait Monday Night Football. We wait what sees what happened Monday night. Thank you guys for supporting us, giving us so much support, everything that you guys do for us. If you're not a Patreon, please become a Patreon. Leave the reviews on iTunes, all that in terms of getting the rating up for the podcast. Take care of yourselves and your people. With that, we're out.
Peace.
Denim is in demand at Plato's Closet in West Ashley and North Charleston. Get cash on the spot for everything denim. Bring in your trendy and classic styles of gently used name brand denim. Get paid for your denim shorts, skirts, jackets, jeans, and more. We're looking for denim that is blue, black, or a bold color. And jeans in styles like mom jeans, bootcut, baggy, flared, and ripped. We want everything denim. Sell your denim for cash at Plato's Closet today. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.